coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, yeah. What's up, man? TBP Nation, big love to everybody out there who's with this movement. Everybody that rocks with the platform, everybody that got the membership videos, big love. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to give y'all some good game today. All young people take notes, especially young kings, man, out there. Take note while you out here on the street thugging and wilding out. The old days and the old things you heard about young dudes going to prison and getting turned out or whatever the case may be, the big R word. That ain't how it go down in prison no more. That ain't how it go down in prison no more. And you got to think, I went in prison in the late 80s, right? In the late 80s, you may have had a little bit of that going on, but more or less, it was finesse. It was tricking. It was con. It was fear, but not necessarily like the old days, like fear of the knife. Like just they put the philosophy in your head, not necessarily the knife to your throat. Right? So what I mean by that is this. I seen throughout my entire bit, I actually, when I was thinking about it the other day, I actually seen or know of, I didn't actually see, but know of a dude getting tricked out of his manhood even before I even hit the penitentiary in receiving. In receiving, which is prison, but not technically, is not the open spread. You're in receiving. You're going through the process and all of this and all of that. When you leave that, you going to the penitentiary that you're going to. After you leave receiving, you get processed in. They get all of your information done, get your file in order, what your medical record is, what you're allergic to, what you're not, your blood type, your stat, everything. They get that, all of that in order, and then you get processed. You get assigned to penitentiary. When you finish with receiving, that's where you're going. So I'm in receiving when I see or know of the first dude in my penitentiary stay getting turned out. And he didn't get turned out by somebody saying, boom, 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 just give me your booty. They didn't go down like that. And I know how it went down because we actually go outside for rec. We actually had the little park rec where we had to sit there, watch TV, play cards, do whatever, whatever. And I heard the dudes talking about it and they laughing and joking about it. But two of these dudes were dudes that had been in penitentiary before. And they coming back in, right? And they still had to go through the process of receiving. Even though they coming back in the penitentiary, you still got to go through receiving. So I'm hearing these jokers talk about this, don't, because I'm in earshot. Not that I'm ear hustling, but I'm in earshot. There is a difference. Ear hustling is when dudes is trying to hear something. Earshot is you just in the vicinity to hear it. You understand? And I heard it, and I'm like, I'm keeping this stone face on the whole time because I'm in receiving. This is my first run too, but I'm like, man, what the? But okay, so the best of my knowledge, this is how this went down. So one dude had a little young white dude in his cell. In receiving, you got a cell partner too, right? He had the little white dude in his cell. He plotting on the little white dude, right? So what he did was he told a couple of his buddies to start jigging at the little white boy, saying little things to him, little sexual things to him, patting him on his butt. The white boy already, you can look at him and you see fear in him. He's scared. I don't know how much time he got. I don't know what he locked up for, but you can look at him and tell he's scared. He petrified, right? So this is Sally though. So it's Sally telling them that he been in the penitentiary before. This is second run. You know what I'm saying? He got in trouble again, whatever, or violated, whatever the case may be. So he said, man, you all right in here, woo, woo, woo. So all the time he done sit these dudes on him, and then he started telling his celly is confident in him because he's looking at him like he you know what I'm saying, he respected, he cool, he my celly. He telling him, man, yeah, these dudes is coming at me with this, you know, this sexual stuff and saying things to me, whatever, whatever. And he literally telling him, well, I'm scared, man. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a lot of time, but I think I might, you know, go to the hole. So he telling him, man, you gonna go to the hole. If you go to hole, you know you're gonna have to do that your whole bit, man. You're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Dude's gonna know you scared, dude's gonna do this and do that to you, whatever, whatever. But he was like, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So he asked him, is he willing to fight? He was like, he won't trying to fight. He was like, man, well, I get you a knife and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stand up for you. You gonna stand up for yourself, but you gotta stand up too. He was like, he ain't want no knife. He don't want that type of problems. He don't want no type of wreck. So he was like, man, what you gonna do? He was like, I don't know. I was gonna ask you. He said, well, I can't fight for you, man, cause you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't really know you like that. You might sell and everything, man, but I might have to hurt somebody. I might get some more time. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna get for that? I can't get nothing out of that. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna get out of that? So this the game that he run into him. So he tell him, I'm gonna talk to the dudes or whatever. I'm gonna see if I can keep them up off you though, cause you my selling. So he like, all right, boom, boom, boom. I appreciate it, da da da. So he more or less now kind of like scared to come out the cell. So when they call him wreck and this and that, he's staying in the cell, Sally going out. His celly goes out, putting his whole plan in order, come back in the cell doing count. He tells him, yeah, they want you, man. Yeah, they want you. They talking about, you know what I'm saying, taking it from you, man. You know, they talking about running down on you, you know what I'm saying, the mob. Or sometimes they ask me to get out the cell. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want nothing to do with it, get out the cell, because they going to come in the cell. They coming in here to get you, right? He's scared to death. He don't know what to do. What? They coming to get me? Yeah, they coming to get you. They want your booty. You dig? So he like crazy going, I don't know what to do. He said the dude literally crying in there, talking about, man, he telling them, look, I give you a knife. You want me to give you a knife? I got a knife. So he flashed the knife on him. He got a knife. Showed you, I give you the knife. You just fight him off. You know what I'm saying? He telling him he don't want the knife. He don't want to fight him off. Well, he said, well, what you gonna do? He said, I'll fight him off for you, but if I fight him off for you, what you gonna do for me? So he was like, what you mean? So he said, man, I ain't trying to do it to you or nothing, but you know, you can do something, man. I mean, you know, you can, you know what I'm saying? He said, what? He said, give some head. What? He said, yeah, I mean, man, I'm locked up too, man. I mean, you know, I got needs like the next man. But it's up to you. I ain't gonna make you do it. I ain't gonna force you to do it. But you know, if you do that, I mean, I face them for you. I keep them up off you. You ain't got to worry about that. What they gonna do to you is worse. So that's up to you, man. I ain't gonna force you, man. If you don't want to do it, man, I'm just go ahead and get on out the way, man, when the door's open, cause they coming in here, man, and you do what you got to do. So he said, dude, when he got on the bunk, started crying and scared and everything, and he said he climbed up on this bunk and he just laying down there. He said about 10, 15 minutes later, the dude say, so if I do that, you gonna make sure they don't bother me? What? He said, yeah, for sure. He told him, all right, and he did it. And he did it. Now that's what you call getting tricked out your manhood. He tricked them. You know what I'm saying? Because it won't even no threat. Them dudes was not even coming at him. You know? So now once he done did that, now every time he come out, he go out the cell, he telling like acting like he hollering at the dudes, woo 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 do it. So he get that all straight. He come back in the cell when count clear again and tell dudes, man, that's cool. They know, man. They know don't mess with you, man. Cause I told them, man, if they mess with you, they gotta mess with me. If they mess with me, they gotta be ready to die. So boom, so he like, oh man, I appreciate it, I appreciate it. So now he telling, man, yeah, I mean, I got you, man, you got me. Now he getting it every night. Every night. Yeah, until it turned on him. Because he kept doing it. He was doing it for probably about a month, you know what I'm saying, or close to a month, because we don't even stay in the receiving that long. So he doing it for a couple of weeks. And I guess the boy got tired of doing it, or he got on the phone and told his people, right? And when he told his people, them people listened to them phone calls. And them people heard that phone call and called him over there to the watch commander office. So when they called him over there to the watch commander office and asked him about what the conversation was with him and his people on that phone, he broke down and told them, man, they came and got old boy, man, and locked him up so fast and put the beats on him. Boom. Beats by Dre. Locked him up, sent him on to the hole, and shipped him straight on off. If I'm not mistaken, I think he went to Mecklenburg. Sent him straight to Mecklenburg. You did, and gave him a sexual assault case, man. You know, a street joint. So, and dude he ain't so much as tell, but he told on that phone, not knowing, being green, because he's scared. He petro, and he telling his people what he gotta do so something else won't happen to him. And they like appalled, which they should have been. And he crying and saying don't say, but they saying something because they scared for him, and that's how it be on the street. Though people is gonna be scared for you. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna feel like your life is in danger, and they gonna make a move, man, to try to save their family member, their loved one. And he ended up getting a case for that, and that was in receiving. So I already knew that this stuff is wicked. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked in here. It's wicked from the gate. This is in receiving, man. So I know it's wicked. You did? And then look, then turn around after this around the same time I get to fighting with the dude over something that somebody else did, and the dude swung on me, and I had to put the Beats by Dre on him, and they locked me up and sent me to the wall for fighting. So I'm already, is getting engulfed with the flambery, with the skullduggery, with the larceny off top. See what I'm saying? So my education coming into prison was coming at me fast, man. It was coming at me fast. Then what happened? I get to the wall. When I get to the wall, within a week or so, I see a dude get brutally murdered. So I'm like, man. So, my mindset at the time, my mind state at the time was insane, bro. I'm talking about insane. I'm telling you, I told you, and I say that because I'm not embarrassed, because it's actually facts. During this time, man, I'm suicidal and homicidal. I'm arguing between both. I got suicide on this shoulder, homicide on this shoulder, because I can't see, in one way, I can't see myself living like this for how long they tell me I gotta be here. You understand? I can't see it. How, man? How you function? How you know what I'm saying, focus with all of this going on around you every day? I couldn't see it. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't see the forest for the trees, man. And then on the other hand, I'm like, don't nobody want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm young. I ain't even lived. Why do I want to die? You know what I'm saying? But why I want to live like this? I don't know what death like. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know this might sound like a crazy statement, but thank God I chose where if I'm gonna live in here, I'm gonna be homicidal. If you mess with me, then if I go, you going too. And I say that like I say it was a better choice for me because I'm still here. You understand? I'm still here, and I got through it. Thank God I got through it. But man, it's like that. It's gonna mess with you because you live in a savage life, in a savage environment, and there's no way that you could get out of it. Ain't enough praying, ain't enough crying, ain't enough pleading, ain't enough I'm sorry is gonna get you out of it. You got to go through it. Period. It ain't no other way. It's no other way out besides going through what you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? And then you just got to decide in your mind how you going to deal with these things as they arise, as they, come to you. You got to know how you going to deal with them. You got to be locked in, and you got to stand on whatever position that you choose. You got to stand on that. Somebody mess with me, man, I'm going all the way out. I'm going to make an example out of you. If you get me, you get me, but you going to get got. And that's the way you got to stand on that throughout your whole bit. Don't look for nothing. Don't start nothing. But if it come, finish it. Finish it. And don't take a long time to decide, because the time that you taking to decide, somebody else done already made a decision on what they going to do to you. And then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no do-overs. Ain't no run it back. If you get got, you get got, man. And you can get got to the point where you cannot get back. So that's what it was, man. And then, like I say, when I got into the system, now I'm in this and I'm seeing the finesse. I'm seeing the tricking of dudes out of their manhood, out of their money, out of their, you know what I'm saying, their commissary, out of, it's just the finesse. They finessing in the penitentiary. Is they using the Bethlehem? Is they using threat by violence? Yeah. But it's more so the words that they putting into you of what can happen to you opposed to doing it to you first. Back in the day, they just doing it. They running up in cells and pulling the joint off. Take your clothes off. Take your pants down. They doing it that way. But as time started to evolve and them dudes getting them street charges and going to court for that and never being able to get out of the penitentiary and having that on there, jacket them sexual predator stuff, they started finessing them dudes. Trying to date a predator, but they telling you the other predators is after you, but they're gonna protect you if you, you know, just deal with them. Same thing. It's the same thing, man. Either way, you giving up your manhood. Either way, you giving up your dignity. You giving up your manhood can be taken in a lot of other ways besides just sexually. Your manhood can be taken by you paying extortion to somebody, by you, you know, giving this dude some money every month to make sure don't nobody do nothing to you, by you giving them half of your commissary of the money that your people is sending you just to make sure don't nobody do nothing to you. Man, that ain't even a man. Your manhood is going, can be taken in penitentiary in a lot of different ways. In a lot of different ways. If you paying rent, what am I paying rent to you for? If you a man like I'm a man, you bleed like I bleed. You know what I'm saying? You can die like I can die. Why would I have to pay you to stop another person who can bleed, die like I die, from doing something to me? You know, so your manhood is being taken in them type of ways. Then I told y'all the story. I believe I told y'all the story before about the dude. Like it's the greenness of what you know about the penitentiary and how big your heart is, how good you can fight if you willing to fight. That's what it all gonna boil down to. Because like I said, I remember this dude named Tiny, and he tricked the dude like that with a similar con. And this is probably a decade or two later. So it's still going from the beginning to way in. So, and Tiny couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag, but he had penitentiary experience. He had been in the penitentiary a long time, so he got penitentiary knowledge. He know how to shoot the game, shoot the con, use the word game. You know what I'm saying? On somebody that's green as a pool table 4 times square. So the young dude came in there. In all honesty, the young dude looked like he was gay anyway on the street. But you could come in here gay off the street, but it's your first time in the penitentiary. They see us scared because they don't know how dudes coming at them. But if I had to guess, he was gay because it's just the way he was acting. I could be wrong. Some dudes is feminine like that, but that's just in their mannerisms. But he assumed to be was gay. So dudes is on him. All the predators is on him anyway. You know. So Tiny jumped straight on the situation too. He go holler at some dudes. He get a little money. Woo woo woo. He go holler at some little dudes and get them to come put the pressure on him. And he jump out there like, hey man, that's my homeboy. Man, he from down my way. Y'all ain't gonna be doing him like that. No, I ain't going for that. And pull out the Bethlehem and everything. Yeah, y'all do anything to him. Y'all gonna have to see me. You all right? Okay, Tiny, man. We ain't know that's your homeboy. Yeah, God dang it, I mean that. I'ma die for that. Ain't nobody doing that to my homeboy. Dude was literally from his city. You know what I'm saying? And he's still trying to vantage take him. So they back down. So they put, yeah, homeboy, you got any problems, you let me know. I'm telling you, man, they know me. Woo. And he all appreciative things. As a matter of fact, yeah, man, which way you sleeping on? Say you only number 3 sales for me, man. Who you selling? You know what I'm saying? Which he done already hollered at his selling. You know, and he's, man, look, man, I'ma holler at your seller. If you cool, I'ma holler at your seller, holler at my seller, let y'all switch, man. And you come on down there with me, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I'ma take you under my wing. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. And you get him down in there, and next thing you know, a week or two later, that's his boy. You know what I'm saying? That's his boy. You know, but it was all orchestrated. It was all finessed. It was all game. You know what I'm saying? And he the only one who don't know. He the only one who don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't the old school way, man, but it's still going on. It still can happen if you're not built for war. If you're not willing to fight, if you're not willing to bleed, if you're not willing to draw blood, then anything can happen to you in the penitentiary. Anything. anything. So those things are mandatory. And then you got people that's gonna say, well, yeah, well, I don't want that to happen, and I'll do something. But you got to be willing to get hurt too, because you're not always gonna be on the winning end. You're not gonna always be on the winning end, especially when you don't really know what's going on. If you move sloppy, you're gonna get late. If you move slow, you're gonna get late. He who has hesitated has lost. So that's what the fear factor comes in, that dudes don't want to get hurt. Even dudes that they will do something to defend themselves. They just ain't got the capabilities. Why? Because all these youngers out here now, what you doing? You're robbing, you're shooting, you're gang banging, but you ain't really had to put up no rumble. You ain't really had to get up in the paint and clutch with nobody. You ain't have to rumble like that, where as to when you go down, ain't nobody gonna have mercy on you. You ain't had to rumble to where if you lose, you might die. You ain't had to rumble like that. You ain't had to rumble with those type of stakes on the table in a little 8x10 cell, concrete and steel. Nobody gonna help you. Nobody gonna break it up. Nobody gonna save you. You ain't had to rumble like that. See what I'm saying? Because you're too busy out here and choking off of weed and thinking that's cool, popping perks and pills, joining gangs, and you got 25 dudes who gonna fight with you, so you poke your chest out. You ain't lift up a weight in your life. You ain't did a push-up in your life. You ain't ran a track in your life. You ain't shot a bat. You video gaming down. But you breaking every rule in the book out here on the street that calls for you to go to penitentiary or to the graveyard. Everything you doing leads to these things right here, but you ain't even prepared for these things right here. It don't make no sense, man. You gotta get it together, man, because I'm gonna tell you one thing, that penitentiary is a vicious, unforgiving, uncaring world. And it will eat you up and spit you out, man. You have to be mentally prepared as well as physically prepared to deal with losing your freedom, man. And living under other people's rules and regulations. So yeah, they ain't just taking nobody's manhood in there. They triggering them out of it. They finessing them out of it. And dudes is giving it away because they fearful. They scared of getting hurt, of having to fight, of having to go to war. But that's a reality in penitentiary. It comes with the territory. But anyway, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. I probably do a real raw dog video like this on the membership, so y'all can really get the whole picture of how it's going down and when it's going down and where it's going down. Big love, TBP Nation. Big love to the membership. Big love to everybody who support this movement. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's keep all our young kings and queens from the penitentiary. How? By equipping them with knowledge. Equipping them with knowledge to know what they putting themselves in front of and make sure that they can make a decision that ain't where they want to be. Salute. Let's go. Let's get it. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions. Yeah, you might know I do a little bit of that. Keep that pressure up off you, dig? Because it's coming.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.